Oh my gosh, more proof that brands want to work with people of all ages. If you're a Gen Xer and you're a baby boomer, that's even a bigger bonus because you're in high demand. I will tell you in this video what the heck I'm talking about. You don't need to be an influencer to do this. You don't need tens of thousands of followers. I got started with 200 followers. I'm not a Gen Xer or a boomer. I'm 34, but I have taught thousands of people how to do this, including my 64-year-old mom who's now doing this. It's called UGC, stands for User Generated Content. Basically, in a nutshell, UGC creators get paid to create content that you don't have to post on your own social media account. So that's why followers don't matter. Companies will hire you, send you their products, say that it's like a gardening tool or something. They'll send you the gardening tool. They'll tell you kind of what to say. Sometimes they'll have scripts. Sometimes they'll have like a bullet point list of what to say, what not to say. You'll create the content. You'll send them that content, like videos, short videos typically talking about the product. They're gonna take that content, they're gonna post it on their own social media accounts or run as their own social media ads. So again, this is UGC. I've been doing UGC for almost 3 years now. It replaced my six-figure income in 2023. And I've now convinced a lot of people to do it, including my mom, who is 64, and then my younger sister also. And then my twin sister wants to do it in the fall as well. But UGC changed my life. And the great thing about it that I discovered last year is that brands want to work with more Gen Xers and baby boomers. There's a multitude of reasons why, starting with you guys have the biggest purchasing power. You guys are still consuming things, right? You're buying products. My mom probably buys more products off of Instagram than I ever have. And it just proves the point that a company who is wanting to reach more Gen Xers and boomers, it doesn't make sense for them to hire 20-something-year-olds or even 30-something-year-olds to be in the videos that you see come across your feed while scrolling on Facebook and Instagram. I always like to give that example of, like, imagine my mom is 60, like she's 64, right? When she goes to Facebook and scrolls through Facebook, if she sees like these young people in these ad videos talking about products or services, she just swipes through. She just like ignores them because she thinks it's irrelevant to her, right? It's not for her. She can't relate to a 20-something-year-old talking about a product. But if companies are using and hiring UGC creators around my mom's age, which they are, then it will make more sense for her to pay attention to the ad. If it's a product she wants and needs, she's going to look into it. She's going to click the ad. She's going to maybe purchase the product. So companies are realizing this, and it's still like, even there's still such a small percentage of UGC creators all over the world. There's thousands of UGC creators, right? Most of them are younger. So there is a higher demand for the Gen Xers and boomers because you guys are all still scrolling social media like you are right now. And they want to reach more of you guys because of the purchasing power. Typically, Gen Xers and boomers, when they're being advertised to, you guys have money in the bank to spend on products and services, as opposed to like somebody who's in their 20s who just is out of college and a bunch of student debt and not making that much money. Hopefully this is making sense to you. If it is making sense, if you are comfortable with sharing your year that you were born. I just did this recently in a recent post. That's why Linda shared that she's 63 and she's getting a ton of UGC work. You can see even in her name, UGC is in her name because that's what she does. If you are comfortable with it, share what year you were born in the comments. Share what year you were born in the comments. If you're comfortable with it in the comments, that would be amazing. I want to know what year you were born. And then also, if this is making sense to you and you're like, literally did not know this was a thing, never heard of UGC in your life, I would love to help you get started. I teach people how to do this, but I have a free resource that over 63,000 people have downloaded. It's a PDF, so it'll just literally be emailed to you. It'll go through the steps on how to get started with this, as well as a 15-minute video lesson going over how to actually reach out to these companies, because you can't just say, hey, I'm a Gen X UGC creator, and all these brands start, knocking down your doors. I've seen that happen to a couple of my students because of just perfect timing, but usually you're gonna have to connect with brands. How do you connect with them? Email is one way to connect with them. So I teach you how to do that inside that free checklist. It would be so helpful to get it if you do want to get started with this. It's yours if you want it. I would just pause this video, save it in the right-hand corner so you don't lose it. Go to my profile and then click the Stand Store link. It'll be the second option in my Stand Store that you'll see. Okay, another reason why companies want to work with you guys is you guys are really professional. You tend to be very, very professional as opposed to like Gen Zers, right? Or even millennials in my generation. But you're more professional, you take it seriously, you respond to emails on time. You're not like wishy-washy. You get the job done. I just interviewed one of my students who is 53. She's a Gen Xer, and she made over $15,000 in the month of April alone. I interviewed her. I think it's on my YouTube still if you want to go check it out. The link is in my profile, but to my YouTube channel. But she's crushing it. She just emailed me again today, and I have to respond to it still. Jolene, if you're seeing this, I will respond to your email. She did over $17,000. I mean, again, in a different month. Like, it's just crazy. There's so much money to be made no matter your age, but I'm telling you, if you are a Gen Xer or a boomer, it's truly going to be your superpower if you let it be. But yeah, you guys are more professional and companies love that. If you are professional, you submit content on time when they tell you to do it, and you're responsive, they're going to love you and they're going to want to hire you again, and you're going to make more money. Also, you guys bring a lot of life experience, like things that you have been through in your life. Just bring more experience, bring more authenticity and genuineness in the content you create. My mom and I have done 3 UGC deals together. We did 2 for a large footwear company that was super successful, and then we recently did one for a supplement company that was really fun. I literally just use my phone, my iPhone, and a tripod to film us talking about these products that we both use, and it's super fun. And companies love the fact that my mom is in her 60s and I'm in my 30s, so they can target and reach 2 different generations in the content that they're posting and running as ads online. So not saying that you have to partner up with your son or daughter or whoever to do this, but it could be another fun alternative. In fact, if you are a Gen Xer or a boomer, you should send this to your kids. Or if you have one kid, send it to one kid. But send it to somebody that you know, send it to your kid and see what they think about this, and if they think you should be doing UGC, because they might surprise you and be like, yes, you'd be so good at it, mom or dad or whoever you are. Send it to your kids. Okay, I'm gonna stop yapping about this. I hope you do UGC. I hope this opened up your eyes to the fact that you could not only be getting free products, which is also a really big bonus, because I mean, it kind of feels like Christmas all the time, depending on how busy you are, but you could be doing this. Your age is going to be your superpower. I'll put a screenshot of one of my students who is 61, who I also interviewed, which is inside my course, but she's 61. She makes consistently $5,000 every single month with UGC. She did not know what the heck UGC was before seeing me on TikTok. And actually, I'll share the clip of the interview. Actually, that would be more helpful, I feel like. But just start UGC. Like, just do it. Here's one of my students that is just doing fantastic. She didn't even know what UGC was last year. She's just crushing it. Hopefully this helps. Grab the free checklist if you haven't. And yeah, I hope you start UGC.
I'm 60, right? So I'm getting to retirement age. I just want a little bit more financial freedom. I didn't even know what UGC was, but you kept popping up on my feed. So I checked it out. I got your little free checklist and whatever. And being in a home-based business, I've taken 1,000 courses and I've paid thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And when you said how much yours was, I was like, oh, dude, I can spend that on Starbucks in like a week, right? So,
yeah.
So I took your course, followed it to the T, and it's just blown up. Like I don't even understand like how this is happening. There was 2 in the very beginning, and I think I got them both off of Clip. The one was a gene company, and then the other one was for the GLP-1 meds, like the Ozempics and the semaglutide. So August was my first month, right?
Yep.
And that's how many jobs I did.
Wow. Amazing.
And I made $860.
Amazing.
And I was like, what in the world? I'm like, that's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So come September, I did this many videos.
Oh my gosh.
And that was $2,055.
Oh my gosh.
October, I did this many videos. One on the back, $2,530.
Amazing.
Okay, so here's November. And that one was $3,986.
Wow.
And December seems to be a little bit slow, but with my retainers, my 2 retainers, and I only have these few jobs, but I just got another one this morning. I'm at like 2,000. I was willing to try anything. So I got on all kinds of apps and all kinds of websites and all the things. And then, I've kind of like weeded out of some of them that didn't really work for me. Well, if they're even a little bit interested in it, I just say, don't wait, just do it. And if you're afraid to get in front of the camera, then practice. I appreciate everything you do in the group and the course. Like, you add stuff and we don't have to pay for it. That's not, that's unheard of, honestly.